Alright, what's good everyone? You're here with Elijah at Juggernaut Reptiles. It's been a minute since our last video. So we got the Tinley Reptile Expo in Chicago coming up next Friday. I'm going to be bringing all the blood pythons I produced this season to that show. It'll probably be the most blood pythons you see at the show on a single vendor's booth. But after the show, whatever's left, I'll be posting to Morph Market. But today I'm going to be doing an update on our yearling holdbacks, just to give you an idea on all the projects that we'll be working with the blood pythons.
So for the first one, we have a male pollen. This boy is 100% het for T-neck albino. The pollen gene is an incomplete dominant gene, with the super being the flower. I'll post a quick picture of a adult flower for an idea. But this is a pretty good example of what you want to see on a pollen. You want to see this dorsal striping going down, even if it's broken up, as well as all the black spotting and the nice red coloration. Real nice example of a pollen though. So that's our male, and then right here we have the female, who is much more red, a lot nicer looking in my opinion. It's pretty crazy to see how red these animals are at just a year old, and they kind of pretty much hatched out a nice reddish coloration, reddish brownish coloration. But most blood pythons, including the morphs that turn red, usually hatch out brown or yellow, and then they develop the red coloration. But these really came out nice already, right off the bat. But they're definitely gonna have two different color reds as adults. I do prefer the females look a little more. It's a really nice looking pollens, 100% het T-neck albino, and hopefully we could see T-neck albino pollens and T-neck albino flowers in the future. Alright, so right here we have a pollen goldeneye. Really nice. You can see how the pollen kind of cleaned up the goldeneye pattern, brought out a lot more black spotting. She almost looks like a 007, which is a goldeneye matrix. A lot more reduced, not as heavily as patterned as a regular goldeneye. A lot of pink coming in through the head and the neck area. She's also a possible het for T+ albino. But pollen seems to be a pretty subtle gene. When you start putting it into other mutations, you don't really see they're not really extreme looking. This girl's a good example of a goldeneye pollen though, but a lot of them could be really subtle in their look, because there are some goldeneyes that are produced that are pretty reduced in pattern anyway from line breeding. Alright, so next one up is going to be a male pollen pixel. So this boy is a pollen goldeneye batik. Possible het for T+ albino. This will be a pair that I plan on breeding together. You definitely can't really see pollen in the pixels in my opinion. This one does have a lot of coloration though for a yearling. Could be due to pollen. It's a little more heavily pixelated than some pixels, but I've seen some heavily pixelated regular pixels, so can't really tell much what's going on with the pollen. And the only reason I know these guys for sure are pollen is because one of the parents was a flower. So with every super, you already know when you breed a super to say like a normal, everything in the clutch is going to be the first visual, which would be like the pollen. You breed it into a morph, everything's going to be either pollen or a pollen combo. Alright, so our next one is going to be this T+ albino lily mixel. So this is basically a matrix, batik, goldeneye. Then you got the lily trait and T+ albino as well. He is also 100% het for T-neck albino. So he'll be replacing a regular mixel I have that's T+ as well. just because this guy has the T-neg gene. So I'll be able to produce T plus albino animals with him and T-neg albinos as well. Right here we have a female T-neg albino, 100% het for a pied. Really nice looking animal, really starting to gain a lot of orange. The red in her face is starting to come in, and the sides of the neck. We have this other female T-neg albino, but this girl is a matrix, so you can see that the matrix has lightened up the coloration a lot. This girl won't. This girl's probably going to stay orange, while the non-matrix version might turn red, or at least a really dark orange coloration as an adult. The T-neg matrix might have a genetic stripe trait going on as well. You can definitely see the difference in their looks. 100%, both of them 100% het for pied. And then right here we have a absolute powerhouse male. This is a T-neg albino Batrix, 100% het pied. So he's a T-neg albino, batik, matrix, and 100% het pied. So I'm looking forward to producing this combination with pied in the future. He'll be going with one of my visual pied females next fall. And you can see the red is starting to really come in on his face and neck. He'll probably have a lot of nice oranges and reds as well as the yellows. But T-neg albino Batrix, 100% het pied male. Alright, so T-neg albino goldeneye. This guy came from my high white T-neg girl that I've been calling ultra T-negs. I'm not sure if he has another gene going on or not, but he's really nice looking. Definitely holding him back. You can see that goldeneye face transfers over really well into T-neg albino. I did hold back a sibling of his that has a little bit of a unique look too. Here's another T-neg albino. Now if you look at the top dorsal pattern, you're going to see it's kind of spotting everywhere. You don't really see that kind of pattern on regular T-neg albinos. It's almost like it's 3 rows of spotting going on down the spine. And I'll show a quick picture of a typical T-neg albino. But yeah, there's definitely a unique look going on in this animal, and the goldeneye as well. So we'll see what happens with this project, but I'll post up a picture of the mother real quick as well. Alright, so here's a female 007, 100% het, well 100% double het for pied and T plus albino. I do have a male that's going to go with her. Same thing, 007. The 007 is a goldeneye matrix. But he's in shed right now, so I'm not going to take him out. But yeah, there's something with the pied gene where it makes a lot of the combos, the mutations, kind of dark looking. Usually 007s have nicer colorations than these. But we're going to breed that out of them. So hopefully with this we'll see, with this pairing, both 007s, we could produce ivory pieds, magpie pies, which the magpie is the super golden eye, combinations between both of those, as well as NT plus albino as well. But 007, 100% 100% double het, T plus albino and pied. Alright, so we got a really nice, what I'm calling a high red T-neg albino. Basically, you don't see a whole lot of white coming up the side. It's a lot more red on this animal, especially than the other ones I've showed. This came from a male I had many years ago, which is the grandfather. That was really, really high red. And I think that male's genes passed along into like 2 animals. I sold one and kept this one back. But this is going to be a really great looking animal as an adult. I'll show a picture of his grandfather just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm hoping to line breed this guy into a really nice redhead T-neg albino lily female and see if we can get much more high red animals. Not just darker red in coloration, but more red and less of the white. But he definitely has his grandfather's look when the grandfather was young. I don't know if he'll be as red as the grandfather was, but we still have several years to go before he's fully done coloring up. So he's definitely off to a good start. Alright, so for the last one, we have a T-neg albino CBE super stripe. And this is a male. Just came out of shed. Color's really starting to come in. But yeah, the super stripes are clean on the side. There's no spots or anything like that on the super stripes. This was going to look really nice as an adult. See how nice the stripe looks. It's got a tri-stripe look to it. But for an idea, I'll show you a regular, older T-neg CBE stripe. So if you look, you can see these white spots coming up. And then when you get the super version, that it reduces that look. Making the animal look really striped all the way through. But both of these animals are still coloring up as well. They're not they're full adult colors yet. So but that will be a breeding pair because this is the female and then this little one is the male.
Alright, so in the comment section below, let me know which projects you look forward to the most. But y'all already know what it is. Hate, comment, subscribe. Till next time. Later.